Earlier in this week, we were talking about the 40-year-olds. No, not all. Where's not all, Cynthia? Not all. And respect to older women who are being honest and telling the truth. Much love and appreciation and respect to those women who can acknowledge that, hey, I messed up, I made a mistake, can humble themselves and be transparent as possible in hopes that younger girls don't make those same mistakes. But we're going to have some, not all, Cynthia, who going to come in here and try to move the goalposts because they're triggered as hell. Whenever we're having this conversation, it's highlighting their failure. They would risk their young girls, their young teenage daughters, to make their same mistake rather than humbling themselves and being honest. So they come over here with, well, not all Black women. They come over here with statements like, just wait until you get to 40, as if being 40 is the issue. It's the bitterness that comes with a lot of these older women who did not get their life desire. They realize life didn't end up how they wanted it to end up because they're long titties. We're starting early today, Lord. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. It's going to be a spicy conversation. A lot of these 40-year-old women look up and realize that they got long titties. Long titties meaning that they're a baby mama. They're entitled baby mama too. Some of them big bone. Some of them, all they can do is thirst trap at 40. We touched on that last week. Come on. I throw up in my mouth when I see a 40-year-old trying to set thirst trap when you're supposed to be guiding young girls. Those older women, those 40 plus, and we're focusing on 40 plus because the majority of those 40 plus, the bitterness usually come with a 40 plus year old. No shade. I'm just calling a spade a spade. As I said in a previous stream, Gregory, those kind of women only care about the community when it benefits them. They only care about the children when it benefits them, meaning when they need a man to come and save them and marry them, take them off the market. That's the only time they care about the community. That's the only time they care about the children. But when it comes to their independence, when it comes to them living their best life, it's all about them. These selfish broads only care about the community and the children when they can get something in return. So they try to guilt you guys in staying and helping the community, saving the community so you can save the children. Why? Because in saving the children, you pick them up and they're long titties. In saving the children, they get a husband. But they're not asking their baby daddy to save the children. If you care about the children, if you care about the children so much, give your baby daddy your child. Let your baby daddy raise your child. Let your child be raised in a household with a man, since statistics shows that they're more likely to be successful. If you care about the community so much, use your prime years to find a man so you can be under his covering when you hit the wall. Tell younger girls to not be out in the streets single. If you care about the community so much, encourage young girls to give their prime years to a man instead of the streets and their books. Come on, it's just common sense.
Use your common sense.
But as I said, that doesn't benefit them. Them sitting up here telling 25-year-olds, hey, make sure you don't waste your prime. This is your prime now. You need to get fit. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, feminine and friendly. Doesn't benefit them. Them being up here sharing their mistake. Hey, I'm a baby mama. Hey, I'm post-wall. Hey, I wasted my prime. I focused on everything else but dating and relationship. I don't know how to be a wife. Them being up here, being transparent and encouraging young girls to not make their mistakes don't benefit them. It still leave them lonely, old and alone. But they only have these conversations when it benefit them. So these sims can be over there talking about, oh my gosh, you are so pretty. Oh my gosh, where have you been? Oh my gosh, you're spitting facts. When you listen to the facts that they're speaking, it's just straight out of selfishness. At the end of the day, it still comes back down to me. Listen to Eboni talk. It still comes down to me. Even when she was claiming that she's pouring into Black men and uplifting Black men, it's still me. Because if you guys own the bus company, then she can benefit. Not only y'all can pay her bills, but she can hype to her friends and say her man owns the bus company. If you're just the bus driver, she can't boast. She can't tell her friends, yeah, I'm dating a bus driver, because they're going to be looking at her sideways. So either way, they only concern themselves with the community when it benefits them. Orissa, shout out to you. Says stop mismanaging your life. Be intentional with your life. Be strategic. If you want a husband, if you want a man who owns the bus company like Ebony does, it starts in your prime. It doesn't start at 40. You're not going to be 40 demanding a man who owns a bus company. I mean, it's just the ugly truth. You're not going to hear it nowhere else, because all these other women want to pretty it up. If you want a man who owns the bus company, you're going to have to leverage your prime, not your box. Oh my, we're talking about it. We touched on it earlier on Bella's channel too. This man has to work twice as hard all his life, and you just gonna show up to the dating market with your box at 40? You show up to the dating market with a 40-year-old box and expecting the man who owns the bus company to want you?
Man, this is some bullshit.
This is what I mean by being misled. We've been fooled, young ladies. And if you can relate, if you have experience, if you live your life a certain way thinking that you were going to get certain results and you realize, dang, no, I was lied to, speak up. Tell younger girls to not walk in the same path that you did instead of you getting triggered.